Hello and welcome to T.T.V presents It's Not Reality Bites. It's the Vampire Lestat. Episode 6, New York. The Failures. 41, Side B. 46, Side A. And 49, Side B. Featuring the songs Big Bad Wolf, When I Call Out Your Name, Nothing to Lose, Cabbage, and Stained Glass Eyes. That's a lot of songs in one episode. Here with me are the better tree of this quad, Brian, David, and Christy. Hello, friends. Welcome. And do tell, how do we feel about this week's episode?
It's good.
Again.
Any of you can go.
I really liked it. It was good.
All right.
I think, again, this is one of the episodes that moves the story along, but you get to meet two great characters that, again, I didn't read the books. So, it's kind of my first meeting of these two. So that was pretty awesome.
Okay.
And I liked, obviously, we'll talk about the songs later, but the stained glass was just, wow. So good episode.
Moment. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we learned a lot of things. Like you were saying, there's a lot. We met a few new people. But here's what we learned right off the bat. Okay. Lestat is taking advantage of the would-be assassination attempt and has faked his own death. Gabrielle is helping to make that so. The band is finally recording the album, and that album will be released leading up to a memorial concert. We also get to hear the word sarcophagi used in an actual sentence. And we learned that Larry seemingly cannot play from his groin. And Sam just needs to do his damn job. TC's drums can only drum. We also learned that Louis' thought ghost rolls his eyes and judges Lestat all the time. And the Nikki ghost demands perfection. But damn, if the finishing notes of Big Boss are not held to hit. We also learn that Alex is back to drinking. So Armand AA rewound him, apparently. So he is in a rough spot, and Larry is not loving that.
It was the Vampire Lestat's version of the hourglass twist.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so
when they were, I thought it was the greatest scene when they're like bundling him up, and she's like, "Okay, go," and he runs outside into the sun each time to hit that note.
I was spoiled on that scene. Like I saw it online ahead of the episode.
It was in the preview, wasn't it?
I was looking forward to.
Was it?
Watching it.
I just think how it played out was really great because
it was very. It was like a Spinal Tap thing, like.
But also, so many bands over the years have made these amazing albums and literally put, blood, sweat, and tears into them. And Lestat is like giving his ashes. Yeah. But you know what? He hit that note.
He got the note. But the cuts, the way that they cut that scene, and then be like, again.
Oh my gosh. You could feel the frustration and the way they were able to do that in such a quick amount of time, by just calling out the numbers and seeing the frustration of the band. Really good.
Yeah,
I could feel it.
The studio stuff was really great. Like the time we spent in the studio.
It was super well edited because I think, like Christy said, the scenes weren't long, but you felt the frustration and the tension, and that's hard to do.
Mm-hmm.
The repetitive edits. For a few times gave you a sense of the repetitive thing they were going through and losing inspiration and not getting what he wanted in the takes. So
there's literally no way for them to hear the difference of what it is that he wants. They finally get it. They finally get there, but it's got to be frustrating for them too to think that, okay, that was it. And he's like, nope. And then he ended up using the first take anyway. Dick.
Yeah, and I mean, I've spent some time in a recording studio, like not for myself, but I've been in a recording studio plenty of hours of my life, and
it's really tedious listening. At best,
there's two things you walk away from: is one, everybody sounds funny when it's just the vocals, And two, you get that same 8 to 12 second clip of a song, and you have to hear it so many times before it's like, that's it. That's the one. So yeah, it was very.
However much you get nervous or have stage fright, whatever, the most embarrassing feeling in the world is singing and then having to hear your voice played back to a room full of people.
Oh, I'm
after you've
sure.
sung. Like, it's terribly embarrassing.
I feel like that would be the natural reaction. I think if that's what happens, then, you might be a well-adjusted human being. But I think there are singers out there that really love their own voice. Lestat would be one of those. I don't think he would, he would mind listening. I'm going to say, you know what? Celine Dion might be one of those people as well. I don't know. I just have a feeling.
Most of them will
tracks.
tell you because
I
you
feel like-
record your vocals alone in a vocals booth that has special insulation, because to record vocals is the hardest. That and recording drums are the two hardest things to record and get sounds. And you're all alone belting this out with like just your headphones on, and it's really weird. It's a really weird feeling.
Yeah, with everyone like lurking and watching,
Yeah.
it is.
It
Yeah,
must-
people watching you like a
strange
rat in a cage. A lot of famous musicians insist nobody be there
Yeah.
when they do their vocals.
I mean, I
Mhm.
think I would be too, right?
Yeah.
Like, you want to be able to get in that moment. Pretend you're just you alone. Like you're in your shower. Because we all sound
I feel
amazing in
like
the
it's
shower,
probably
right?
similar to like an actor having to do like a love scene. Like it's the only the required staff shall be there.
So, some of them want to be alone, but some of them want their Yoko there with them.
Oh, y'all, that was the best line of the night too.
Yoko didn't.
When TC yells out, calls her Yoko Mirin, that was so fantastic because that haircut, that was what we did. I
Yes,
called her Yoko
yes.
last week or the week before, I think. But the Mirin, good job, guys.
Very nice. Well,
I
this
feel like the
episode
show
had-
sometimes, I feel like they're like, this was recorded, a while ago. They filmed all of this and had, so, but the idea
Like
that
at
they're
least a
still
year
hitting,
ago.
they're still hitting on like what we're saying in social media and stuff. They're like understanding how it's going to hit, and making those jokes. And it's like, how did they know? I think that's pretty
They just
amazing.
knew. They just
They're
knew.
self
Well,
Okay.
they were talking in the after show about how much practice they had done. So in a lot of ways, they were a band. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I think some of that
They
made the
started
acting
their own
easier.
their own
Right.
clique against all
You're
the
talking
other
about
actors.
the episode when they interviewed the band,
Yes.
the local
Afterwards.
actors.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so great.
Yes,
So
it
great
was.
that-
It was a really good one. Okay, so
Mm.
as we've seen, these themes that kind of go, well, the entire season, really a large theme of it is like abandonment and trauma. And this episode is no different with the themes, except for in this case, it feels like there's more of a, rather than being abandoned, it's almost like the role of guardianship. It's the parent, it's the guardian coming through on so many of these scenes. So we're gonna start where we are gonna start, and then we're gonna kind of have to weave back and forth through this one because this, again, the flashbacks. But right from the get-go, we are brought back through Lestat's memories, and we meet Armand's maker and Lestat's mentor for the book readers, Marius, who, surprise, was not in fact destroyed because Armand lied. What a weird
That'd be a
odd
good
thing
tattoo,
to
wouldn't
have
it?
happen.
He told
Yes.
the truth.
No, he did not.
It'd be like a
Shut your mouth.
cool thing to paint on your wall haphazardly.
Mm.
Yes. He does that lying. Marius has pulled Lestat from his 80-year slumber to keep him at post, a guardian for Akasha, as she seemingly has requested Lestat. Christy, okay, could you please give the listeners just a brief history, because I know there's a lot there, but just a brief history of who is Akasha?
Okay, so there obviously there has to be, if there's an Adam and Eve, there's gonna be the Adam and Eve of vampirism, and that would be Akasha and Engel. So that's basically what that is. They were ancient Egyptian rulers. But we'll find out, I'm sure, all about her. It'll be super fascinating. Just the only thing I want to point out is that Mary's has got her in this like weird basement dungeon thing. And in the books, they're like in an underground, basically like a throne shrine that Marius has painted, and he brings in fresh flowers every day. And they
like
are
a national treasure scene.
yeah, it's gorgeous, and they're because they are royalty, and they are
Yes.
the maker of them all. And the idea is that she is the font of the blood, and if
She's a
something were to
queen,
happen to
after
her, it would destroy all vampires living. And yeah, and then
Yes.
he tells
And
the whole
that-
story. Yeah.
That is why and she's kind of a wild child, but that is why there is a guardian there. That is why one of the biggest reasons of protecting her, because if she goes, they go.
Mhm.
Do all the vampires know she exists, or only the elite ones?
So in the book, so Marius mentions that part where he's left them out. In the books that happens, but it happens like around the time that Marius becomes a vampire. And so that like culls the vampires in the world. So probably a lot of them, only the ones that might be the very oldest, kind of survive that. And so it kind of, yeah, it
You're
knocks
talking
out a
about
lot of
his
people.
death? The
No. Just when they're left out one time, neither one of them dies in the book.
oh, I see.
In the sun. It's just that one time they're left out a little bit and they're fine, but
Stuck
like
in the bog.
but like half the vampires in the world will burn to death. And,
Bogs are tricky, Christy.
and so yeah, so but so that happens. So I just think it's a very well kept secret.
Does the
and
Talamasca know about her?
they know, yes, they know of her, but not where she is.
They know
But
of her and they know of the legend.
Yes. Mhm.
They don't know whether
But
she's real, right?
No, they know she's real. They know
okay.
how that all happened, because they have some special spies, not just
They got some
Sam.
guys on the inside.
But so they know about it. They just don't know where she is. Marius has done an amazing job of keeping them very, very hidden.
He's
the only
very
thing
good
I
at
would-
his job.
The only thing I would say about this is that you know how we had Louise's interpretation, and this is obviously Lestat's interpretation. I do
Yes.
wonder if someday we will get Marius's interpretation, because I'm going to tell you right now, that man would never, ever, ever, would never leave them outside. He was like 1000% devoted. He would never have gotten drunk and left them in the sun. So I'm wondering if that's going to come back and he's going to say Lestat didn't know what he was saying, because he was very jealous. The reason Lestat has to go is he's jealous.
That guy, that Lestat.
He says, he just needs a
Okay.
break. He needs a break really bad. Can you watch these guys for just a little bit? I gotta go on vacation. I'm really tired. Yeah. But he relishes being the keeper. That's a very important job. So,
Yes,
And he's very serious
okay.
about it.
very serious.
And he
in
doesn't
the-
seem like he wants her woke up.
Because,
No.
okay, so,
No.
all right. So,
But I
you
didn't
see-
understand why not.
Okay, so did you see how Lestat was acting just being around her?
Mm-hmm.
And then once he's drank her blood, he's all jacked up.
Yeah.
And there's a theory that she's kind of, because she can hear so many people, like she can hear, her powers are so great, she could literally hear everybody in the world at once. And that would just be like, make you crazy. So it's like the more power you have, the more crazy you are. And yeah, so maybe that's why he's just trying to keep her subdued.
Or is this the origin story for Colin Robinson, that she's the original energy vampire? That if
You
she's
just
too
need-
powerful,
he
she
kinda
just
keep
sucks
her.
the energy out of everyone.
Yeah,
So
he could take care of her forever and just tell her all his story. No, she'd kill him. She would kill him. But yeah, so he's just kept them, and they'd be dead. Yeah.
So I have a quick question, Jamie. I'm not trying to
Okay.
derail but
Yeah.
I'm
go
just
ahead.
curious what you all thought. I thought like we got a lot of Akasha in this earlier than I thought we would have. Did anyone else think this came early or later? Like where this came? I thought this would be like maybe episode 7-ish.
I thought she was going to be the big reveal in
I
episode
feel-
7.
Okay, but she's
Yeah,
not
same.
back. This is a memory. And in the books, he has this memory
Yes.
because you hear its backstory. So this does follow.
I just didn't
mean,
think we'd
the
see her.
timeline
Yeah.
follows the same.
I
way,
thought
kind
they
of in the book.
hold her back though.
They
But
hold her
I
back.
was really pleased with it. I mean,
So so he sees her in like what 1900, right? Because it's the New Year's, because he talks about the scoop.
Huh.
Scoop.
Huh.
And he's, conducting and acting rather mad. So that's 1900. It's 10 years later that he gets to New Orleans. And then, so apparently Marius has kept them quiet all of these years since 1900. Well, in the book also, Ankle is not dead. So they killed him off real quick. And I guess we kept wondering, like, why haven't they announced the casting of Ankle? They've announced the Kosh. What's going on? Nope, he did. It's just he's like the thing. He's like the thing on 4th of July, that little snake you light, and then afterwards was like a hard
That's
piece
exactly
of
what I
ash.
thought of when I saw it. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's kind of like that.
It's like the worm.
Yeah, his
Okay,
head's all
so
bashed in.
Another difference too is that when Lestat is with Akasha as a guardian,
Mhm.
it's just a couple days in the book, right?
Mhm.
But it's like 10 years. Is that what Rowan said?
Yeah.
10
Yeah.
years in the show?
Yeah, in the book,
So-
he's never like the primary keeper. He's been like literally going all over Europe looking for Marius, the legend of Marius. And he's like literally like graffitiing walls, leaving messages everywhere, like, Marius, find me, we're looking for you. Finally, Marius is like, this guy. So he goes and he brings him back. And then he tells him his story. And then once he's told him his story, he says, okay, now you're ready to meet them. He takes him down, they meet. It's like this one scene. Then they leave, they go back, it's morning, they have to go to bed. And then like in the middle of the night or something, she like calls to him and he goes down with his violin, he plays music. And then when that happens, Marius freaks out. And then you have to get out of here. You have to leave. So like 3 days and there's not a lot of interaction.
Yeah. Well,
But
he is with Akasha
she's
10
real
years
bored.
in this one. So, yeah. So, okay, he's being the guardian, but he's also kind of keeping her company
Mhm.
in his own way. So he has many conversations.
Because this is the problem that long living vampires have, is they can't find that connection to the current world, and that also makes them crazy. So that might be what's going on with her. So he's trying his best to like give her through his thoughts and what he's
updates.
to kind of like bring her into the present. Why? I don't know.
He is her private talk soup.
Yeah.
you know?
Yes.
Okay. So they're having all sorts of conversations, and some of them are really trivial, like the invention of the ice cream scoop, and some of them are really like philosophical, like the meaning of ever-ending life. There's dinner parties, music, theater.
Ooh, that dinner party. Ooh.
But other than some word mimicking and fingernail tapping, she's really not being engaging company. That is until she is just exhausted of ash tea and demands blood. And Lestat, in his own madness, as he's ushering in the 1900s, goes to her side where she basically attacks him and she feeds on him. And then we are told that he feeds on her. So now they're connected by blood. That's apparently too hot for Lestat. And he now has the new gift of flight. And he says the blood is cursed and it's angry. And Marius comes back in and forcibly relieves him of his post. So there's another failure. You are not a good guardian, Lestat.
So
Marius is a failure too.
I want to tell you my note for my cheesy note for this section when he does it, because it's New Year's. I said this. I called this Y2Bay. This is like, hey, bringing in a new century, and here's my hot mama, and I'm gonna give her a little blood, and stuff goes off the rails.
Well, when Marius first digs him up, he's saying like blue eyes, like she has sent him looking for Lestat.
Mhm.
Then when Lestat's there and Marius is like, peace, I'm gonna leave, he's like, yeah, good luck, she didn't talk to me for the first 24 years or whatever. And before he's even left the room, she's like 23, corrected. It's like, so she's already talking to Lestat before he's even left. She's so ready for Marius to get his raggedy ass out of there because he's so boring, y'all. He's so boring. But yeah, constant adoration. She's just bored. And Lestat, you know, he's fun. Wouldn't you rather hang out with
Yeah,
Lestat?
being grounded gets pretty boring after a while, so you'll let anybody.
And remember, he's a wolf killer, so
Eight
That's what the
wolves.
song tells me.
that's right.
That's what the song
8 of them.
says.
Yeah. That's what she calls him in
All
the
right.
book too.
The wolf.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
such a big
let's,
thing.
uh,
Anyway.
Let's catch up with Louis. Let's swing over to Louis here really quick. Now, okay, something about this show, right, is that you have one episode we're getting this whole backstory about the Queen and Lestat and a time in his life as a guardian and this whole thick, rich story. But we're not done with the heavy hits, guys. We're not. We've already had fun. Now we're going to get into even heavier things. So we've got Louis. Louis is having a dinner with not Claudia, or as they say in the after show, Fraudia, which I really like. And I'm really mad I didn't come up with that. Along with not Madeline, and it's awkward. There is a paddle boat ride, and they talk, and it's friendly, but you can tell that when Louis uses his powers to control the night guard, and then Regina's really curious about it, and he kind of like reaches out for her and freezes her, like you can tell that he's hurting a lot.
Yeah.
Like he is going, what the hell am I doing here right now? And I think he did something thinking it was going to make him feel better. And now he's realizing like this is actually making me feel worse. So he does text Lestat, begging him to come see him. He says that he can't trust his eyes and his brain. He asks Lestat to meet her and tell him she is not real. And then we get the scene where Lestat goes into the diner and discusses with Regina the likeness to her and Claudia. And we'll just break right there to talk about it because there's a lot just in that.
I'm so mad at Louis.
And but
Aren't you mad at
Lestat had Louis in his phone as what? It was hilarious.
Oh,
Thomas Pitty.
Thomas Pitty, he's a whore.
He's a whore. It should have been Thomas Petty. He's like, honestly. But no, I'm very mad at Louis right now because what he's doing, he thinks is going to give him some sort of temporary relief. But he's really hurt. He's harming himself and her. It's very
And Lestat now.
And Lestat. And it's super rude. And then the fact that Lestat was killed on national TV. And he's so busy with Regina that he didn't even call Lestat.
Didn't even reach out.
Like, hey, are you all right? I mean, he's been in New York making his album.
But
You know
it's
what I
so
mean?
it's also
He's
so
gotta
great.
know that Lestat's
It's so
there.
great though that it affords us a moment that we haven't really got to have much of with Louis, where he's like admits that he's selfish.
Yeah.
Like admits that a flaw.
Everybody
in
knows
him,
that.
you know, like
But do you
in
think that
comparison in the relationship.
It seemed a little easy though. Do you think that is just the Lestat narrative of it?
I do.
Like
I
him
kind of
going,
thought so.
I'm selfish. Everybody knows it. Right? Like everybody's the
Everyone
hero in their
knows.
own memories. So I'm wondering if
Everybody
that's
knows. Maybe he knew. Maybe he told them he knew the whole time. I don't know.
yeah,
but
we don't know what
then
this conversation really how it happened.
But then we do get some
Did she blip out for
very
you guys?
real talk.
Yeah, for a sec.
Okay, Jeremy. Redo. Because we couldn't hear you.
Okay, am I back?
So-
Back from
Yep.
a little
Yeah,
bit?
you're back. Mhm.
Okay. So then
Okay.
we get where Lestat is, giving him some actual real talk, because after facing Regina and going back to Louis, he's like, dude, for real?
See, did you think that I think no. I think he is sucked in maybe more than Louis is at this point, and I think he went outside to lie to Louis to tell him to get on with your life. But now maybe he'll be following Regina around.
Yeah, but Louis' whole, is it her? And then he says, no, not even
no.
close.
But that's what you would tell somebody when you see that they have like an obsession.
But he was fairly specific about why. He's like, she broke her hip,
Yes.
she doesn't have a heart murmur.
Sure, but when Lestat was looking at her, dude, you could see it. That he was really taken with how, for him, it was doing the same thing to him that he had done to Louis when Louis first saw her. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
They were having
I think it's worse for him because
Yep.
he is far more culpable in her death than Louis was.
Also, yes, absolutely. Thus the stained glass eyes, right?
Yes, right. I mean, that's obviously what it was playing to.
Well, I think what he does is
it was very moving.
It was so. He saw she looked so much like her that it was going to be devastating to Louis to keep seeing her. So he went out and lied to him.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Half. Two believe that he was lying. Two believe he was telling the truth. Or David believes she was telling the truth.
I believe that he was. I believe he was lying, but he was saying this is dangerous. Like that's basically what he's telling him. Like you can't do this. That's why I told Regina you can't do this. But it's
crazy,
dangerous.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Louis gets obsessed.
But more than that, Lestat in his own selfish way is like, I don't ever want to see her again because that made me feel all of the feelings. So.
Right. It forced him to come face to face with how he felt.
Yes.
Yeah, but Lestat
it was great.
Know. Did he know? Did he tell Lestat that he had someone playing Madeline as well? Like that's cuckoo. You know what I mean? Like we're going out and pretending. It's so gross.
Well, and then some of it was like even Louis knew it was bad for him. Like he said, "You don't have to do the accent."
Okay, the whole transaction very much feels like some sort of like gross, like predatory, like right? Doesn't it feel like buying somebody?
This is like sugar daddy stuff. That's just creepy. Like,
especially he's an ex-pimp. So I'm just saying.
Yeah, all of this gave me the ick big time.
Yeah.
And the sad thing is like this is maybe the first episode where Louis, and again, there are scenes we see Lestat's not there, so I don't know what's objective and what's subjective, and he's been told this, et cetera, et cetera. We had that discussion last time, but like if you assume that 80% of this is true, this is the first time that we really kind of go, man, Louis being a really creepy guy. Like Lestat's not being
like
alone on Creep Island.
Messed up.
He's cuckoo.
But we're also hearing it from Lestat's point of view.
It's worse than Lestat sleeping with his mom.
Well, but I mean,
I don't know if we need to go that far.
But cast the most charitable take. Cast the most charitable take, no matter how you spin it, of him finding a girl that looks like her and has her play act as her. Like, however you want to make that charitable, it's just creepy.
Okay. The only way
attempt of bringing back the dead in itself is
absolutely very
frightening. It seems to me that we've seen this kind of plot line in other things, but I'm hard pressed to recall where.
Well, the only thing I could say for Louis in this that he has going for him is that he was not. It doesn't seem, we haven't seen anything or heard him say that he was actively out looking for somebody that looked like Claudia. He just stumbled, it seems that he just stumbled upon
ran into her.
No? Mm-hmm. So that's the only thing. If he'd been out really.
Hey, Christy, that's how all the best successful serial killers get away with it. They don't target someone. They have a type. And when they just come up on them in the world, they're like, oh,
so
I'll follow them home or to work.
Like, I think
they are.
Yeah, they probably already are. So, yeah.
Well,
this
all
making people disappear.
this all leads to Lestat, taking it all in and actually, maybe for the first time, okay, probably not for the first time, but the first time that we, the viewer, have seen anything to do with it, where Lestat actually is like suffering the grief and the loss as a parent of his kid, of his child, because I mean, we really didn't see any positive coping in that, or even like admitting to it, because even at the trial, there's so much denial going on. This is the first time we've seen him accept her as his daughter or niece or
whatever, family,
fledgling or whatever.
Well, I think
it was just a lot. Like there's a lot in that. Just the idea of seeing grief on his face for the first time, real grief.
Well, I think that it had to happen eventually, because this entire season has been him kind of starting with his childhood, whatever, that trauma, and then working through this trauma and this, and so that was like, the trauma, the 20th century for him, right? So, yeah, he's getting closer to the present. And it was time to look at that in a different way, right? And really examine it, which it doesn't seem like he has really done with a lot of his things until now. So music has been extremely therapeutic for him.
Yes, definitely. Okay, we are going to take a 5-second break for commercial. So we're going to release you to your guardian, and then we will be right back. Okay, we are back. So after Lestat has gone through the shock of seeing his daughter's face again, all of these feelings compiling, he sits down and we see him write and perform Stained Glass Eyes. And I love that it was after the conversation saying that she looks just like her except for the eyes. And it's funny because we had predicted maybe something with the eyes, but we were kind of thinking about the color of the eyes. I love that the call out was about her eyes, but in this other way, that there was no spark. And then he has the song that he writes about it. How are you feeling about that? Did you cry? Did you cry, Christine?
I didn't, because
she's like, girl, no, I have read this story so many times.
Well, I mean, I thought it was beautiful. I had to rewind it and and watch it a couple times, because those songs won't be released till tomorrow. And so I needed to kind of see, and it's really good. It's a really good song. I don't know if it's gonna be my favorite, because it will make me cry the more I listen to it, probably. But really, it's really good. I don't know if it's enough to redo your entire album, but
it's very pop and modern,
Mm-hmm.
But that's just it. That's the sound, right? That's the sound.
I mean, but it's the lyrics that are great,
Yes.
But no, we don't want him to have a new pop sound. What about these other songs?
We were liking those.
If they record all of these in a different way, each one, the way we know them, I'm gonna be super mad.
Nah. Oh, I won't love that.
Long face Lestat's version.
He fixes it the way I should have.
Yeah. Well, because this is the new sound, guys, we're going to re-record the entire album. And because this album isn't for the ears of humans, though. Like, this album's for them.
Because
endure.
The change in this with Christine leaving and Gabrielle stepping in, like that doesn't happen in the book, but her stepping in and kind of taking over, she's using her son to try to be this siren to bring all the vampire kind together. I don't know. I feel like she might know Jasper. I'm just saying.
I do too. I feel like we're gonna get a mom and Jasper.
Dude, they might be kind of good together, actually. Both walk around doing whatever they want. They don't give a ding dang.
They're a good match.
But yeah, so she's doing all of this to try, that's why she's making him record all of this, whatever. She's using him, and I don't love that. But yeah, so now
Yeah.
they're gonna re-record it all, which seems
They're
like an
gonna
awful
re-record it.
mess.
Except
Poor Sam. Poor
not
Sam.
Larry, because Larry is tired and now Larry's out. But
Yeah.
the rest of the band, they want in. In fact, they want all in entirely.
She's like, right here.
And
right.
Lestat warns them, like, the curse of my blood. And Gabriella, who, by the way, is a terrible mother, she's ready to party. She is like all about turning
Let's
this
do
band.
that.
I feel like she has wanted to turn this band the second she saw all of them together. She was like, my son's going to be in a band.
She just wants to
with
create
humans."
chaos, Let's do it.
She
But
wants
she
her little
warns
rock
him
show.
that Armand is making mischief, right? So, like, she knows what's going on more than Lestat. Lestat is so focused on his music right now. He needed mom.
Yep.
Maybe he needed her to come in and.
But she
watch out.
really does in some ways. She kind of does have like that Sharon Osbourne ability, to manage the band and rein in the lead and, tell everybody else how things are going to go. I mean, there's some of that there.
It's the Bob. It's bossy.
It is. It's the bossy Bob. Okay. So now that we've kind of gone through some of those nicer things, let's go over to a real slime ball here for a minute. And let's circle to Armand.
Oh my gosh.
We see him twice in this episode. The first time we see him with Daniel.
Okay, but before that, how amazing was Daniel interviewing people on the street about Lestat's death?
Yes.
The one was like, I was a Jorophile early on. We knew it was him, and that lady was funny. It's like, no, it was very good.
And it kind of makes me laugh because, like, seeing it, it's like if you're like a real Anne Rice fan, you're like, wait a minute, are they mocking me? Is that me right now?
When the one guy's like, he was so hot. Yeah. Meanwhile, his best friend's just sitting there going like, she's like mugging for the camera. Like, you're so sad. It was so funny. I don't know.
Yes,
anyway, Daniel,
and it was a really creative. I like the Armand enters into Daniel's like world scenes because it's like they always have to be creative with how they.
I have so many questions about that guy that he was talking to that then becomes Armand.
Yes.
Guys, was he talking to Armand the whole time and hallucinating? That it was the tallish glasses looking vampire, clearly a vampire, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys think? Was it mind tricks? Or was that guy really there, the vampire?
I think he was really there, but I think he puppeted him.
Yeah, that's how I took it.
That's what I that's
how
I took it.
Who is that vampire? I don't know who that is.
I don't know. I want to know.
Are we going to see him?
And it's funny.
It's an intriguing 5-second character.
Yes,
right?
yes.
And it's funny because you think he's irrelevant, like the guy who Lestat said, "Now go make friends," and he showed up later.
Yeah.
Right. There's no throwaway characters, right? They know what they're doing. So Armand, that little gremlin.
So he gets to Daniel. Okay. Now I need to hear what you guys think because I'm still on the fence. I'm still on the fence about all of this because he tells Daniel like, no, dude, I totally think you're super great and I've been following you for 52 years. That's stalking. Realistically, that's
not just watching him, like,
and you're like erasing memories. Yeah, like
right.
And then you're
cleaning
guiding
up after
him like
him,
a weird dark guardian angel. Like it's way creepy.
It is super creepy.
I love it.
And it's
don't love that look, Armand.
It's like a decade in the books, but 52 years, like none of his life has been his own. And Daniel, while he has had some things in his life that I think he's
up to the first interview, his life would have been his own, right? He's
Yes,
he's
true,
presumably
yes.
about 70 something
Correct.
in the book,
Yes.
right? Or in the series.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
But like, so I don't imagine that he like regrets having his daughters, but like that didn't turn out well. Like he doesn't seem to regret his marriages, but those didn't turn out well. Like, you know what I mean? So now it's like, was that my fault that those didn't turn out well? Maybe it wasn't his fault. Maybe it was jealous old Armand just wanting him to, be off on his own. Who knows? You could blame everything in your life on Armand at this point, right?
Well, was the second interview truly Louis' idea?
Oh, absolutely not.
Right.
I don't think
Armand
so.
brought Daniel back.
Well, because Armand was controlling Louis' mind too.
Right.
So all he has to do is plant that seed. And then now he's back.
He's a real creep.
No
And
matter
real
what
creep,
happens,
buddy.
how bad Lestat is, Christy is going to ride for him. And she's just going to be like, I don't care what happens. It's Armand's fault.
No, not Lestat. Lestat is, you know what? Lestat is clumsy and clunky and does stupid things without thinking.
He definitely
But
does.
he is the hero. He always ends up doing usually for
Good.
the good of all. So,
Could we refer to Armand as the faux Rashid now?
well, okay. So,
Because we got the real Rashid.
so he orchestrates this whole, follows Daniel around his whole life, then orchestrates this thing. And then when Daniel shows up, pretends he's somebody else. Like that. Dude, what is up? Yeah,
Sociopath.
Louis. Yeah, he's real crazy. And when he's telling him like, "Oh, I haven't done enough yet to make amends yet to tell you that I love you. So that's still yet to come because I just have to wallow and grovel some more for you. I'm so sorry." Ugh. I don't believe a word, do you?
No,
No, but I
literally don't
respect-
believe anything.
I respect Armand because he is smart. He is really smart. And
Brian's an Armand truther.
he is really smart and he's manipulating all this stuff carefully. He's crafting the same thing he did to Daniel. He's doing to Lestat. He's trying to craft the world around him. And let's be honest. I know you say Lestat's the true hero and we've got a ways to go. Armand doesn't want what Akasha wants, doesn't want what his mom wants. And is that and Lestat's mom wants him to be the voice of the great turning or whatever the hell it is where we're all going to be
The great conversion.
the great conversion.
Yeah.
Like, so I mean, you're rooting for a real winner there, Christy, that he's going to be the
He's gonna save everyone. He saves everyone. But hi, David.
What happened there?
I don't know.
Armand just put you in the foreground.
Jeez. But like, I mean, in the
That's for
books,
Brian.
in the books, these guys are not involved. Louis is not there helping him. Armand or not helping him. It's not even, none of the Regina stuff is from the books. Like they just made stories for these guys. Armand is not there messing around with the band, pulling strings and manipulating everyone and using these human beings really to hurt Lestat, which is so crappy.
And so it seems like it's so much of it is that. Like it's not even.
So it seems petty and it seems jealous on his part too.
Yes.
Yeah, he couldn't have him. He couldn't have Louis because he couldn't have him.
Yeah.
He wanted Louis, but then ended up losing Louis. And now he's got Daniel, but like Daniel won't believe. It's just, he's a mess.
Armand must have had parents that loved him because nobody wants him. The people that have terrible parents that have holes in their hearts, that's who these two want. That's who these two love.
Truthfully, yeah.
No, he had, well, I mean, yeah,
it's a something. Well,
It's
Armand goes.
interesting because I obviously again have not read the books, but I always think that Armand's real thing is for Lestat, and that it all comes down to that. And like his time with Louis was just to upset Lestat, and the whole Daniel thing is just to piss off Lestat. So I that's how I interpret the character with none of your vast encyclopedic knowledge.
Louis and Armand are not together long in the books. It's like maybe a year or two, and then he's like, bye. He gets tired of Armand. Armand is the beige pillow.
You're so get the My Life 360 off of my phone, dude. I'm out.
Armand is very damaged, but I mean, he didn't do it to himself. It's circumstantial, obviously,
Yes.
because of
Yes.
his own trauma from his own youth.
Well, you know what? As the saying goes, hurt
Mm.
people hurt people.
Mhm.
And Armand is no different. And in fact,
Oh
he
yeah,
can't even sit on a subway bench without becoming the full baddie of the episode. And he sits there with Larry. Larry, who's tired, who's
oh,
but he still has enough heart to talk to a fan from across the tracks and extend kindness to her. And then when she realizes that he's no longer in the band and he says how tired he is. And then Armand
but is he
shows
really
up.
tired, or is Armand already planting that?
He's already in there.
I think he's already in there.
via his mole Alex. And our dear talented Larry, who can't play from his groin, but from his heart, is puppeted straight into the tracks, where he is instantly killed pretty fast. And oh my God, that poor fan. Seriously.
Yeah,
because she's got to blame herself, right?
And the
For
way
the rest of her
Armand,
life.
but the way he just sits there.
But what's the upside for him in that? And that's what I couldn't figure out.
It's to upset Lestat. Like it's
Okay,
gonna
he
upset
did
that
But
man.
come
no,
to
then he would have
Lestat.
killed Alex, because Alex would be Lestat would be much more upset if he killed Alex.
But what did he do to Alex?
Made him drink again.
Made him eat meat, drink scotch. He's just disrupting them all, right? But
He's breaking up the
he
band.
went to Lestat and now it's Armand, so Armand shouldn't have gone directly to him. But Armand is worried about what Lestat is doing and what ramifications are
Getting
going
the
to be.
attention from the wrong people.
Well, and you know, yes, getting a lot of attention, drawing attention of the other vampires, and this is not, you're not supposed to do this. But I think he's also worried about the more elders of the clan. And so he comes to Lestat.
You mean the cool kids? The cool kids
cool-
at school?
yeah.
He's worried
chil-
what the cool kids
The
are
children
gonna
of the
say.
millennia are not gonna like this. But I think that he goes to Lestat to try to reason with him, but there's no way for him to do that because Lestat's not going to listen to him. I mean, Lestat's like, I'm going to take this blood shower. It was the whole thing. At this point, the sad thing in this show, is campy and fun as it is that in the books, no matter what he would feel for these people and petty grievances or whatever, he would still listen to them. He might not agree with them, but he would hear them out. Like if they came to him with something, but he's not going to do that with Armand. Like in the book, there'd be like, Armand would go to Louis and be like, we got to talk to Lestat. They'd get Marius. Let's go talk to Lestat. The three of them would be like, yo, we need to talk about what's going on here. Do you know what I mean? It would have been something like that, but that's not what can happen here because they have broken these characters so much and made them so human, but in vampire form. I love it. It's great for storytelling, but it kind of makes it so that Lestat there's no way for Lestat to pull out of this tailspin that's about to happen. But that's the story, guys.
For sure. They're getting a little squirrely.
Yeah.
Now, I have to ask a question to Christy that there was no way for me to really just put this down in the notes linearly. But at some point, did Lestat mention a mill? Like, was a mill talked about when he was with the Queen? Go back. Yes, you'll have to
yes.
Go back.
They do mention they force hours and things, but you guys will. I mean, they teased, they dropped little Easter eggs, but they mentioned Amel. The Queen mentioned him. We haven't talked about that part yet about her ramblings.
Yes,
but like I tried to watch that like 3 or 4 times to kind of see what she was hinting at and saying, and she says his name twice. I think Lestat says it at one point too, but like very quickly, if you miss it. Is it one of the songs maybe that hasn't been released? He might name him in the song, maybe.
But it's in that. But he mentions it in the episode.
Yeah.
But I'm just wondering, and that I guess that brought on too her ramblings that she said. If you had caught anything that was
why is her tongue cut out? Why is she still alive? Why is her suffering? Why is she being kept alive? Something about that. Which is great
You know what?
because if
Any Battlestar Galactica nerds out there listening to this might appreciate it. But the second she started doing it, I immediately thought
she's
of
flying
Sam.
the ship.
When he was flying the ship, and I just was like waiting for her to go jump.
So yeah, exactly. She's the jump drive.
Great. Yes.
I really loved how they did that. I think it's really interesting. I don't know. I liked the look and everything in the books. They're like this translucent white, like marble.
She has such a
I like
cool
the obsidian
face.
look. Mm-hmm.
Like her, you know what I mean? It just her face is so cool looking. So her just like her not breathing, but also talking and like the dead it was very effective.
Okay, so like we got Aaliyah's version of Queen Akasha, in the 90s. Gorgeous, like really hit that. And I could see where that would work because she is alluring, she does draw in people, right? So Aaliyah could do that. But I never really was afraid of Aaliyah in that form. This chick,
right?
I would be afraid. I would be afraid.
That's a very good point.
Because she's getting like that more like manic craze of the mother. Yeah.
And it's more like a possession, like she's possessed.
Mm-hmm.
But
maybe
anyway,
literally.
really cool. Yes.
She's not gonna like
cool scene.
She's not gonna like all these people that think that Armand is better than Lestat, though. She's not going to like that.
Yeah,
Lestat is
her
her baby.
Thing too,
her baby.
Man.
Her baby boy. She loves him.
That's the thing with her is it's not like, when you have somebody like Lestat or Armand, for instance, and you talk to them as their own person, and it's like you can push and pull an opinion on some human level. She is not human. Like she is. No,
I think the timeline in the books, I want to say that they were rulers of non-unified Egypt. So there wasn't even upper and lower at that point of a kingdom in Egypt. And it was like supposed to be like 4000 BC, I believe. Yeah. So she's been around a long time.
Yeah. Lots of napping in all those years.
Well, and Lestat, just from his mom leaving him in Spain, had to get in the earth for 100 years. Because he couldn't handle it. It's hard. This life is hard because, you think everything's going to be better, but if you don't deal with your stuff, it's hard. And it's hard to be, the loneliness is hard, right? And so she's
the whole time. So
that's
she's
why
got a lot of
she's
stuff.
been catatonic, right?
Yeah.
For about 2,000 years. She just
4,000. It's like Roger Daltrey said, nobody knows what it's like to be the bad man, to be the Fang man.
That's right.
Behind blue eyes.
Blue eyes. Blue eyes.
Scoop. It's the scoop. Okay.
So Armand. So what I was going to say about Armand was that
Armand.
Yeah. So he goes there to get Alex so that he can mess Alex up and then send him back to the band. Then he must know that that's going to mess Larry up then. But we haven't seen him do anything to Salamander or TC.
No.
I think Salamander may be immune to any mind control.
That could be true. But I'm really excited to get these three as vampires, even if their lives might end up being short-lived. I hope not. I think these actors have been really fun. I'm sad Larry's not going to be there with them.
Salamander is going to be, as a vampire, is going to be like the big oafish guy in Superman 2, who like worked for General Zod, never spoke, and just
No, I don't know. He might, vampirism changes people a little bit, makes them a little bold, less afraid. Maybe he'll just be a little bit even crazier. I think
he's going to be like Nandor from What We Do in the Shadows.
That is a good, there's some similarities there. I feel like he's going to be like very, I like the idea of him becoming kind of like very reliable.
Yes, like he flips, the switch and all of a sudden now he's like,
yes. Like all of a sudden he's got his shit together.
Today? Yeah. Very responsible. Do we have
Well,
a
if he
to-do
gets his
list?
shit together, he can't stay a bassist.
I love it.
Yeah.
We'll see.
It's
We'll
like
see what
it's
happens.
like a rule.
But I really want him and TC there. I like them both so much.
I like TC a lot. Yeah,
Yes.
she's great.
Like Lestat needs her. Come on.
I love how she's just so enthusiastic about his ideas, but not like in a weird like. She's just like she's in it for the band, you know.
The creativity.
My
She's
drum
in
is
it
a
for
drum. I can
Yeah.
drum faster. I can drum slower. I
She
can change.
told him, she was like, "What do you want it to sound like?" Like, you know, she's trying to collaborate with him. Like, just give me something. It needs to be a heartbeat.
She just needs to have the same
Life and
figures.
death.
Yeah.
Yeah. She'll get there.
Well,
But
do
now
we
I
have
think-
any final thoughts? Any final thoughts on the any of it? The Louis, the Regina, the Armand, the conversion, any of it?
Well, I'm interested to see where they're going to go in, the penultimate episode for this season next week. There's going to have to be a big setup for the finale, right?
Right. We know we're getting the Memoriam concert. I personally think that would be the finale.
Yeah, I would
It
guess
makes
so.
sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
gonna
next
be-
week, what would he have to deal with? Is he going to deal with Armand? Is he
Well,
going
they
to come
have
wise?
to. I mean,
Well,
there's
I mean,
gotta
the
be.
thing with Larry happened. Is he going to figure out as
Yeah.
Armand, and that's going to come to a head tomorrow? I mean, not tomorrow, this week. I wish it was tomorrow. Are you kidding me? And then maybe they start to make amends. I don't think so. He wants Lestat not to do the show, but
my head just totally pictured like Kill Bill Volume 2. You know, like there's gonna be a real battle, and this is how Armand loses his eyes. It's not the big eye or the big battle. It's him and Lestat. Lestat's gonna.
Well, Louis got to lose
Just
a
grab
leg
that
too.
eye.
Louis got to lose a leg too.
I think that'll be next season, or maybe it will be this last episode. I don't know, but I know we did see in the previews.
Reality is Armand needs his ass beat. I don't actually care who does. You know what? No, on second thought, I want Daniel to be able to beat Armand's ass for
I just wish
following
they
him
could all
around
look at
like
him
a
and be
creep
like-
for 52 years.
Like, just tell him, like, Armand, dude, just act normal. We like you. You can hang out with us. But can you just stop being creepy and weird
Be
and
cool.
like,
Be cool, man.
like just jacking with all the people we care about? Can you just stop?
I'm gonna go out on a limb with a conspiracy theory here and say that I do not believe that Daniel's going to die. It's been too broadcast. It's got to be a misdirect.
Yes, I 100% believe.
It's
that
way
is
too
true.
in our
Yeah.
face.
It is. I agree. It was there to, and then, but you gotta wait to see it
Maybe.
plan out.
I mean,
play out. I trust the show. So
I mean, certain like Stephen King, when he says, and that was the last time he saw her alive,
That
it
was it.
usually was. But
that's it.
but I think in this case, it's a misdirect.
Okay.
I agree. Can we talk about the previews for next week?
Spoilers? Yeah, sure. Go for
Okay.
it.
So I did see a character. It looks like there's a character next week that is from about the 9th book, 10th book, maybe. I can't remember at this point. And I didn't think we would see her so much, but I believe this is going to be our Mayfair crossover witch. And her place in the books is that she helps Louis come to terms with Claudia.
Is it going to be raining? Just one.
David's got a
She's
thing
not
for
gonna
witches
do
in
that.
the rain.
Is she
She's
played
not
by
gonna-
Alexandra
No. She's
Daddario
not
or
gonna-
whatever?
No. This is going to be the black side of the family that doesn't meet with the first street Mayfairs.
Yes.
It's the other side of the family. It's one of those.
Okay.
One of
All right.
them.
Well, that'll
and
be interesting.
And I think that Lestat's going to make this happen because he's going to be like, like Cher and Moonstruck, snap out of it, Louis. Come on. And hopefully this will
That's a
help.
callback.
And because Louis got to get in line for what's about to happen. We cannot have this, you're not paying attention, Louis, because you're
Mhm.
sitting in the diner with day old food that the chef's trying to push,
Yeah, I made you. I'm gonna need you. You got work to do.
Saddle up. Let's go.
All right. Well, if you have any feedback or you have your own predictions, send them to us. We'll check them out. And you can send that feedback to tallythefeedback@yahoo.com. And you are, of course, listening to us here. But you can also find us anywhere that you listen to your favorite podcasts. We are at the Jay and Jack Whole Enchilada feed. And speaking of Jay and Jack, we would like to thank the Patreons over there that contribute at a certain level. And they are Eckhart Rickner, Joanne with the Plan, Maggie the Magnificent, and Ed the Creepy Poopy-Headed Mailman. If you too would like to become a Patreon and get all of the extra behind the scenes from Tally the Votes, the broadcast, the Ramblecast, Survivor with JC, and more, then you just need to go over to patreon.com/Jay and Jack. After tonight's episode, you can look for us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok to get the extra commentary and general shenanigans. And please, if you have enjoyed any of this coverage, please do us a solid and hit a like and subscribe. It allows us to create more of what you want to see. Also, if reality television is something that floats your boat, then you can find us here in just a couple days, Thursday, as we will be recording on premiere night this season of Big Brother. Otherwise, you can join us here on Monday nights.
I don't know.
We'll be
They're
back
starting to
here.
drop some hints. I think it's going to be a good season of Big Brother.
We'll
Just
see.
saying.
I don't know. I'm never
Come on.
optimistic. I am
Come
always
on.
excited and never optimistic. That is my relationship with Big Brother. So, but next week, you've made your predictions on this, and I just got to thinking about like our episode 7s that we've had. It makes me a little bit nervous, but I just wanted to see what your vote would be on this. So in season 1, episode 7 was titled "The Thing That Lay Still," and that is where Lestat's murder.
Desanguinated.
So, okay, so technically he didn't, but it was a murder.
They tried.
And episode 7 of season 2 was called "I Could Not Prevent It," and it was when we lost Claudia. So for this upcoming episode, I would like, not this episode, but the finale episode, I would like to hear what your thoughts are on who that person or vampire or witch might be, because I feel like at least one major player is going to be off the board.
Nope, no one's going to die. No one's dying. Nope. I refuse.
Okay. She's
I don't want anyone
refusing.
to die. I don't have, unless it's going to be, is there any vampires we'd be okay with killing off right now?
I feel like it
Well,
might be
Bruce,
a
but
band.
he's dead.
Like maybe
Right.
Salamander, guys.
No.
I think the band gets taken out.
Probably.
Yeah, the whole band, right at the concert.
Because remember, Lestat has the blood of Akasha, which is an old and powerful blood. And that also means that Louis has it.
But so it
So
would mean the entire
hopefully-
band has it.
So maybe that'll protect him over some of like
Maybe.
little nobody fledglings. I don't know.
I feel like we already know that this band that we love is
No.
doomed. They're doomed.
Well-
Guys, they're doomed. Where are they gonna go? What is he
I
just
mean,
gonna
there's
go
only
see you
one
later,
album,
guys, and then we
so-
never see the band or talk to the band again?
Yeah.
No. They're gonna be killed. So
And then they're just gonna be like true Hollywood stories, right?
yes. Yeah, Daniel can get the contract on that. Just jump right in there. Okay, guys.
So
we
nobody
will-
thinks we're losing Daniel.
Well, I think
I
we
just-
we will think we lost him, but I think it's a
Yes.
misdirect.
I
Okay.
agree.
Okay.
All right.
I think he will
Okay.
appear to die.
Okay.
It might be the last that we see of Bogosian, but I hope not.
I hope not. Ew, I don't like that. Stop it. Not a fan of that. We're gonna keep him.
But maybe they could do it where even when they're interacting with him, you see him because it's really him on the inside. So we still see
like
him
Sam
visually.
Beckett, he sees
Yes,
a reflection.
Yes.
Or-
maybe they do it like that.
Or maybe
Roland,
he
we're
could
getting
be
you
like
out.
the narrator next season and not have to show up and just
Yeah.
could do voice work.
Mm.
Just be the
Maybe.
narrator. He's good at the voice work, guys.
He is. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
He's the interviewer.
We won't know until we know. And until then, everybody needs to have a really great week. And then we will see you on Monday next week.